Hello there, this is Mr. Dunaway, and we are still in Chapter 8, Section 1, and today we're going to be talking about how to solve equations that use division and fractions within the equation. So that should be at the top of your page, hopefully, in front of you, and you'll need to copy down the question for example 1. So this says example 1, would you please copy down the blue right here? It's x divided by 4 is equal to 5, and I'm going to show you how to solve that question. I kept things pretty simple here, but what's important, as you've hopefully figured out, is the process that I go through because the numbers will get more difficult as we go here. So x divided by 4 is equal to 5. That's the question. So here's what we have learned. Hopefully by now you've learned that whatever the action is happening to x, we do the opposite. If we're multiplying times x, we would divide to solve it. So this particular question, x is being divided. All right, so in example 1, x is divided by 4. Whoops, I made my d backwards. There we go. X is divided by 4. So in order for us to solve this, the step that we're going to do is we are going to multiply. We're going to do the opposite. Okay, so I'm going to put a dot right there. I'm going to multiply this original equation times 4. All right, so here's what I did. Everything I write down, you need to write this down. So this is what we do. We multiply both sides by 4. All right, so I multiplied that side by 4, so I also have to multiply this side by 4 as well. Now, if you haven't noticed already, I'm using blue for the original equation, then all my work will be the red. So you should have all the writing on your paper before you come to class here tomorrow. The other thing I forgot to do was draw the line down the page because we really want to get the concept of having two sides here, and if we do one thing to one side, you have to do the same thing to the other side as well. So the reason I multiplied here, watch what happens over here. Now that's 4 over 1 is what that is. So if I multiply 4 times x over 4, those divide out because I have a same number in the numerator and denominator. That's just like 4 over 4. So that's really just 1x. If I have x divided by 4 and I multiply that 4 times, you have the value of 1. And then if I do the same thing to this side over here, 5 times 4 is 20. And there we have it. X is equal to 20. That's my answer. Now what you do need to do, and I would like you to write this down for your notes, is you need to check your answer. And some of you are doing that really well, and some of you still aren't quite, I think, understanding how if x is 20, we can put 20 in there, and we want to check to see, does that actually work out to be the original value that I started with? 20 divided by 4 is 5. So it's true. The answer is 20. X is equal to 20, and that's just proof. That's my check right there. Okay, so again, review. X was being divided by 4. I just did the opposite. I did the opposite of whatever was happening to x right there. Let's look at another example, example 2. Same type of thing. X is being divided by 6. So what I want to do is let's separate my sides. And what I want to do is I recognize x is being divided. Okay, x is divided. Sorry about that. X is divided. Boy, I cannot write today, it seems like. X is divided by 6. All right, so, and I see it right here. X is divided by 6. So I want to multiply both sides by 6. So I multiplied times 6 there, and I multiplied times 6 there. All right, I have 6 here. This 6 cancels out right there. And that number in front of the x, by the way, there's just a 1 right there. So it's 1x. We just got rid of the divided by 6. And we got 1x. 7 times 6 is 42. And that should be the answer. That looks right so far. But a smart thing to do is to check it. Take 42 and place it in there for x and see if it works. 42 divided by 6. And that is 7. And again, I'm happy. There's 7 right there. So you just do the opposite. Okay, whatever's happening to x, you do the opposite, and it'll always end up giving you 1x. All right, let's go on to example 3. See how easy this is. Now I threw a little wrench in there for you. You have negative x over 2, is equal to 10. Well, you can treat that as the same thing. You can treat that just like x over negative 2 is the same. Okay, so you can think of it like that if that makes it easier for you. Because what I want to do is think of it as x is divided by negative 2. All right, if x is divided by negative 2, well, what do you think I'll do to both sides? Multiply by negative 2. So if I multiply times negative 2, watch what happens. I do it to both sides. You've got to keep it balanced. And I forgot to do my line again. A negative times a negative is positive. So I just turned it positive. The 2 cancels out. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it became positive 1x. 10 times negative 2 is equal to negative 20. And let's check it. It says let's replace this x with negative 20. So it says the opposite of negative 20 over 2. Well, this is a little weird here, but negative would be positive. 20 divided by 2 would be 10. And we have it. Okay, so there's my answer, negative 20. Now, that's a nice short video for the first side. I'm going to stop this one here because I'm going to need a little more time to talk about fractions. So we'll stop this video nice and short, under 7 minutes, and then we'll restart for the back side right there. So make sure you get everything copied down before moving on.